9:54 a.m., 25 minutes in the market, up 410.50. A lot of trading left though, so let's see if we could crack 1,000 today.
A few moments later.
All right, so I'm actually red net right now, about $42. It's 11:12 a.m.
A few minutes later.
11:46. So down 8.55. This is as bad as it's been today. Well, dang. I think it's coming to an end. We got about an hour left. I need a down move on deer. That thing's been unstoppable, man. It hit a high of 5.15. Now it's back down to 5.11. Got a bunch of options on it. We'll see what happens. Pretty low volume, so you get any selling pressure, I think could dip back under 5, and then I'd end up green today. But it's not looking too good, man. Down about 1,400. So down on that. See what happens. But I am very excited about my latest Amazon package delivery. Always continuing education, right? I got my order flow trading setups book. I got my volume profile and insider's guide to trading. And then this I'm very excited about because, of course, if you're serious about this stuff, you got to journal your trades, right? And I do that on a Word document, but I'd much rather do it in physical form, writing the entries, the exits, putting the notes down, and studying it, especially on the weekend or every night before the market opens, the next morning. This is how you get better. There's no way you cannot be successful, whether it be trading, which I'm assuming most of you guys are interested in trading and trade if you're watching this channel in this video. But whatever you're doing, man, if you're very committed and you document it and you're determined to keep improving in some way, there's no way you can't be successful because we all have so much potential. Like, we all have our God-given potential. We're all highly capable of doing so many things, but the problem is a lot of people just don't stick with these things, and they'll never realize their potential, and that's a sad thing. So if you guys are really into trading, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow me. I'm going to end up being one of these day trading millionaires. Watch. Mark this post. Mark this video. It's only a matter of time. Okay, here goes a trading wrap-up for the end of the day. I don't know why this says 474. I'm actually down 776. For whatever reason, this 6,100 call is showing a profit at 1250. I had bought that, but I had also sold the actual future contract against it. There's a specific reason why I'm not going to get into right now. But anyway, sometimes the brokers, they get wonky, but this thing will correct itself probably by 5 o'clock or something. I am down 776. So the streak did end. It's not the worst hit. It's not bad, actually. That kind of hits less than my average gain. So we didn't go 20 days in a row. We went 19. That gives me another goal to reach to surpass that, though, in the future. But yeah, man, I took a hit on the trade desk, 335. It was like the third day since earnings. It got smashed. I figured we'd finally get a bounce. I thought we'd be well over 80. Instead, it made a new low at 675, which is disappointing. SMCI, more or less flat, down $50. I was trying to get a couple puts that kind of worked out at the end of the day had I held them, but I didn't, lost faith in it. Palantir made 166. Actually, I'll show you these charts, man. I could have played that a lot better. Meta was 245. That was my best play. HIMS 205. Got some puts on that. Even though the stock was up huge, there's opportunities to make money on both, up and down on it. Deer, I just got killed on, man. That was just a nonstop grind. So that thing seems overextended, but these things always go higher than you think they can, right? I'll show you guys a couple charts right now. Okay, here's a 30-minute chart on Deer. Actually, I think this was last Friday when it did earnings. See, it was initially down from about 476, low of 434, which is crazy because it did not have the best earnings. But when the market opened, you could see it pretty much faded that gap and then sold off a little bit, okay? So that was at 466. And then this week, it's just been, actually that was Thursday because this is Friday, and then this is Tuesday because the market was closed on Monday. So my whole thing was, you know what? It's never been up to 500. That's a huge psychological number. I thought it'd provide really good resistance, which it lost a couple points right in the morning, but just grinded higher and higher and higher all day. And it's not the most high volume stock, so any little bit of volume would actually move it pretty good, which it did after it hit a high of 515. It lost 5 points pretty quick, but still closing close to 510. That's insane. I do expect to move probably back to around 480. Who knows when, though? Like, who knows how high that could get. But anyway, that move pretty much killed me today. Just that slow grind killing my puts that I had bought. And I didn't want to close them, which is not the best thing as a trader. You know, you get stubborn sometimes. So I'm going to keep that on the radar. I'm going to end up making money on that one because I know we're eventually going to get a pullback. So that was dear. If you guys look at HIMS, man, talk about a short squeeze. Like if you look at the daily chart, for example, and look at the volume on that, man. Look at the volume. Really, really high. But it's man, 72.98 was the high. If we pull up, actually, let's zoom in. It just ran out the gate from closing at 58 or opening around 58 rather this morning. Look, just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. About 30 minutes, it ran up to 70 from 58. Ridiculous, man. It did pull back here to about 66, but then just kept running, making its high, around lunchtime. And then, kind of faded. We had a nice little drop here, but so I made a little bit of money here earlier and then a little bit here because I figured we would get these little pullbacks. A lot of guys would just play the trend and play long. I've always been a little contrarian though, but either way, you could have made money going long or short on this. It's all about timing though, obviously. So that one was pretty crazy. Then SMCI, another crazy runner. If we zoom in on the 5-minute chart here, I mean, man, from a low of about mid 50s all the way up to 66 and then just sold off hard. Like that's where the money could have been made, man. And then, you'll see there's area of interest here, and this is why it kind of stopped and, even bounced a little bit. Didn't really get to take advantage of that. Now, Palantir, this one was nuts, man, because basically we made an all-time high just barely, so it got a lot of people trapped right here. And the way it bled compared to yesterday, see, we hit that all-time high yesterday, and then boom, it dropped about 7 points and then recovered the whole day. So, people today, they see it over 120 and then breaking to another all-time high, and they probably feel safe, probably killed a bunch of shorts, got some new people interested in going long, and then, went down to 123, bounced a little bit. You figured it'd probably just consolidate, maybe go back down to 120, but this thing just went straight down, which is crazy. But then losing the next big handle, the 110, you figured it should get a bounce around that area. It got down to 108.56 and then did get back up to 112. So that's the play, They say don't catch falling knives, but something like that, when you're at that big psychological number and it moved that much in one day, you could actually get a few points. I started buying it a little bit earlier, churning these, really quick, and then basically ended up breaking even though I was down. Had I just been patient and waited and got it, built all the position under 110, that would have been the play. But who's to say what that could have done? By the close, you could have closed at 106 or 105. So that's a riskier play. I played it because I was trying to get some money back from. You shouldn't necessarily do that though, but I was trying to get some of that money back I lost on those deer puts to kind of still end green. It didn't quite work out, but overall, I didn't really take too much of a hit today, so I'm pretty satisfied. 19 winning days, 1 losing day. Losing day is not even that bad. So let's try to get into the green day tomorrow, and the goal is to get a longer streak than 19 trading days. Let's go 20, let's go 30. Let's try to keep the losses as low as we can, which that's what screws a lot of traders. They'll have more winning trades in general, but still end up net negative because they do let those losses run, man. So be mindful of that because that gets everybody. They hope those trades come back. They hope they break even, and then they usually take the winners when they're green. They're scared they're going to lose that profit, so they close them out too early. And I even run into that still. People have been trading forever run into that because that's just how we're wired as humans. We fear we fear we're going to lose what we have, because it sucks if you have like a green profit and then it goes red and then the green, then it goes. It's like you almost want to take it too quick, to secure it. But the problem is when you're on a losing trade and you're going red, you just hope it comes back. And sometimes people will even add to those positions. It just compounds that, wipes people out. So try as best as you can to keep the losses as minimal as you can, and try to let the winners run. I got to remind myself every day because I could definitely let these winners run more, and I could cut the losses sooner. But playing options, you do kind of limit your downside. I mean, like I said, I was catching the falling knife on this. I had decent entries. I only ended up breaking even. But like on deer, at least I got puts that expire next week. So it's not like I was shorting that stock. It's only going to go so high, but the options premium is only going to get killed so much compared to if you shorted the stock by itself. Anyway, if you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm vlogging. I'm sharing the trades, good and bad. We had 19 wins, winning days. We had one losing day, and we'll see what we get tomorrow.